approaching supermarkets with the wrong approach could be the thing that's leading your fat loss to stall. Look, in some not too controversial bit of news, supermarkets are designed for you to buy stuff. When you're there's all kinds of things that are trying to grab your attention, and often we're coming into these situations at a time where we're more susceptible. Let me present a couple examples. One would be you're going for convenience at the end of a long day, and suddenly you're going to make decisions less orientated around what your greater health goals are, goals that you would choose 23 hours of the day. But because you're in this given situation of you being tired, you're going to look for something that you could quickly grab on the go. This could even apply to a service station or something along those lines. Something impulsive that just gets in the way of your results. All this because you went into the supermarket or servo or wherever it is at the wrong time, not understanding your mental frameworks and how that was going to be a limiting thing for you. Another situation is people can go to supermarkets or food places when they are hungry. When you're really hungry, you're more susceptible to things that you wouldn't otherwise choose when you're really full. For example, how picky are you going to be about getting down X, Y, and Z after a big meal versus a stretch where you haven't eaten for 4 to 6 hours? It's probably the 4 to 6 hour scenario. So then one of the things you got to ask yourself is, are you going to supermarkets at times like this? And if so, do you have a plan to get through it? Another thing that can happen is specials can make you forget the negative externalities. For example, at the start of the week in the sane mind, you might say that whatever food at full price is something you wouldn't want, wouldn't match your taste goals, all that stuff. But now you chuck a 20 cents cheaper sticker on it, you feel like you're gaining some discount. And it can make it easy to forget the negative effects of, okay, that 20 cents that it saved you is costing you X, Y, Z in terms of goals or the amount of control you feel about food in some kind of effort style decision that really can affect a lot of us. I've been there. It can really shape how you go. So then this stuff's happened. Whether we just said before, you're hungry, the specials have thrown you off, or you just went for something for convenience. You're having the food, you might be just on the way home, pounding down a 4 and 20 sausage roll, and you're probably not enjoying it as much as you would be if you just sat down and had a proper meal. But it was the wrong thing at the wrong time, the wrong hunger level with the right discounts that just shaped your framework to being off. So what to do? First thing to know is it a danger time? If you haven't eaten for 4 to 6 hours, if you're in a caloric deficit, if a bunch of different variables like this, you'll be more susceptible to be wanting hyper-satiable foods that taste really good. They're going to sound extra tempting, the bakery is going to smell extra good. This is just part of life. Secondly, let's also make sure we've got pre-prepared meals for when you're coming home later. Again, suddenly, if you are going to a situation of you're tired and just want to grab something on the go, if you already had something there that was prepared that you brought along with you, or if you know you're close to home and you're just around the corner going to the supermarket, you just need to get through the quick shop. You might have your dedicated list, go through your dedicated aisles, get in and out, and just know, again, this is a tempting part for you. But when you do come home, the food's just a couple minutes microwave away. Versus you came into the situation unprepared, you know you've got to make a whole meal later on, you know it's got to be healthy, you know you've got to cut, clean, cook while managing all things of life. Now, that convenient meal is going to look a lot more appetizing for you. So next thing you need to do is just map out when you'll be able to eat. Just know, okay, if I'm going to the grocery shop, next thing to do is map out when you might want to eat. If you know you're going to the grocery shop at 6 p.m, meals at 7, just remind yourself that, hey, it's an hour away. If you've got that preordained time later, it really helps. I've actually seen this with a bunch of clients. Might sound simple, but it works. Next, if you do know that this is just you, there's part of you that just enjoys having a snack in the car. So be it, that's fine. Just make sure it can fit within the overall framework of your day. You might calorie budget 200, 400 calories, whatever it is for the long road trip, because that's just how you enjoy doing that. It could be a solo time, maybe you're introverted, whatever it is, but now you've preemptively got a plan versus you've retroactively adapted in a way that had to compromise with your goals. Option A doesn't have that. So suddenly just having the correct framework around understanding these things around the supermarket, suddenly your one thing that was getting in the way of results could be solved. Let's move towards it. It's not that hard, you just need the right amount of thinking and foresight, and then it's easy.